Hi, I'm immigration attorney Heather Poole. The following is an excerpt from an interview about one of my clients' immigration cases. Trusting an immigration attorney with your case can be scary. There's often so much at stake. The story featured here is just a sample of some of our cases for clients who took the leap and trusted us with their future. These are real comments from real people, but the names have been changed to protect their confidentiality. I hope you find this information helpful and demonstrates that you are not alone in this. And even in some of the toughest circumstances, you may have options, and hope is not lost. Remember, it is extremely important to speak with an immigration attorney about your case before you start it to determine what issues you could face that could result in a denial or even a removal from the United States. For more information about me, stay tuned until the end of the video to learn more about my extensive experience in this area. I remember Joseph. He lived in Arizona, and he and his wife separated about 2 years after they were living together. He was living through her severe mood swings, violent temper, and obsessive spending habits, which nearly brought them to financial ruin and eviction. She used him financially during the marriage, misappropriating his and their roommates' rent money, exposing them all to losing their home, and constantly withdrew his paycheck funds, often the same day his salary was deposited. This was money they needed to pay basic expenses. His wife never disclosed to him prior to marriage that she suffered from a severe manic depressive disorder. It was not until he came across her medication one day that he realized that his wife was suffering from a mental illness. She later abandoned the marriage and disappeared. The couple divorced during the 2-year conditional period. I argued that the couple entered into a bona fide marriage and that Joseph made great efforts to save his marriage. I documented the abuse that Joseph suffered from his wife and the depression and fear he developed from the abuse. I also helped him demonstrate that his wife was misappropriating the rent funds, which caused them to receive late charges and potential eviction. This was all to help him on a waiver to remove the condition on his green card on his own. I also provided evidence that his wife was taking medication to control her bipolar disorder and depression that she had hid from her husband prior to marrying him. Less than a year later, Joseph's expiring 2-year conditional residency turned into permanent residency, all without another CIS interview. He was extremely happy, especially not having to go through another immigration interview, as he was an emotional wreck and exhausted from the relationship, and wanted to move on. But preparing for the interview would have meant he had to recount this to another stranger, which was hard enough for him, being a man, to do all over again. He sent me an email after the approval. This is what he said.
Thank you, Heather. I am extremely happy to recommend you as a competent immigration attorney.
I am an expert in complex family-based immigration cases and have a 98% approval rate for the past 12 years. I am a nationally published immigration author and frequent public speaker on immigration topics. I regularly train other immigration lawyers on complicated marriage and family immigration cases for the American Immigration Lawyers Association, Federal Bar Association, and national legal education providers. I represent clients all over the U.S., traveling to immigration interviews and deportation proceedings. Visit our website, humanrightsattorney.com, for more in-depth information and articles on complex family immigration issues.